Well, it's pretty exciting. The day has finally come. It's been waiting for this forever. I made it to Thailand. I'm here at the shipyard here at Island Spirit to look at my brand new Island Spirit 525E catamaran.
Located in Pattaya, Thailand is the headquarters of the group Island Spirit Shipyard. It's an exciting day as I finally get to take a look at my new boat. It's a unique experience getting to see the boat in its green condition, so you can see how well this boat is built and the attention to detail. So let's take you inside the shipyard and give you a first look at the Island Spirit 525E.
I'm gonna give you an in-depth tour of these brand new boats. There's got two of them, the hulls are already done. Serial number 1 and 2. I've got serial number 1, the far one over there. So it's pretty exciting. It's my first look at it too. I've only seen the renderings. So, I mean, I'm stoked. This is gonna be so cool. It's finally real. So I will link down below if you'd like to get more information on the Island Spirit 525. Obviously it's 52 feet long, and I'm getting the E model, stands for electric, because I have electric motors, 210 kilowatts of batteries, and a 55 kilowatt generator range extender. It'll go a long way, just the batteries, but with the generator, you can't go wrong. So right now, they've already sold quite a few boats. I believe they have orders for more than 16. So the first delivery date for one that's not already in the queue, you're looking at next summer. So if you are interested in one of these, you may want to get on top of it quickly because as soon as this boat gets done and people see it in the boat show, all those orders are going to be snatched up and there's going to be a lot more. So then the wait becomes a lot longer. That said, if you are interested, link down below for the sales page on it. I'd really appreciate it if you told them you saw it on Sailing Doodles. That helps me out. So the sales team for the Island Spirit 525 in the Americas and Europe is with Navigar. So they are a full service charter company. So if you'd like to have one private and not put it in charter, you can do that, or you can put it in their charter program and do guaranteed income. You do like 20 or 25% down and you get guaranteed income every month on your boat. They have other plans that don't guarantee income and you make a little bit more and it's better tax write-off. They got all those kind of plans, whatever you need to do. So right now, let's give you a tour. I'm excited about it. So we'll talk to the builders and get some more of the design information here, like what the boat's built out of, everything. I think it's all composite and fiberglass and everything, so pretty cool. High density foam, that kind of thing. There's no wood, so you're not gonna have a rot. It's not like the lagoon that has that bulkhead that rotted through because they used wood for that. So I'll show you their bulkheads and I'll show you the kind of the layout and the design. It's a modular system. So here we go. Introduce you to some of the guys with everything here. So Ron with Island Spirit.
How you doing?
The owner, and then Philip with is the sales manager for Navigar.
Yes.
Yeah. So. And this is your first time seeing the boat too, right?
First time seeing the boat, and it's incredible.
So the fundamental concepts behind the 525 is one of the things you'll see when Bobby goes through the boat is we don't use wood, we don't use plywood, we don't use any wooden bulkheads anywhere, okay? So the boat itself is all made out of vacuum infused panels all the way across the entire construction. We assemble it all with advanced adhesives. So that keeps it very solid, it also keeps it very lightweight. The other thing that we've done is it's a monocoque construction. So what does that mean? Basically, the structure of the boat, the whole boat structure of the boat is solid by itself. So what you don't see in any of Bobby's videos is he showed you the forward bulkhead, which is two pieces of 20 millimeter foam thick. The entire outside hull section is also 2 pieces of 20 millimeter foam. So that gives the rigidity and the strength to the hull section. What it also does is it gives you insulation. Like if you're in a hot environment, your air conditioning, you've got a lot more insulation to the outside, and it also gives you the sound deadening, right? So it'll be very, very quiet inside the boat. So those are fundamental concepts. The other thing we do is I'll give you an example. As we're building the boat, especially the first ones, we look around and we watch, right? And we, like this space, we found this space. This is an empty space. So we say, okay, the architect just planned that as an empty space. But then we look at it and say, what can we use that empty space for, and how can the customer use that empty space? Because boats never have enough space. So we look really hard at using every available space on the boat and not waste any space anywhere.
And you're kind of doing a custom design for me as well. But I mean, so you have the basic set out and you have some bulkheads that are set in place, but everything else is kind of modular, I guess. You can put how you want.
Well, yeah, we basically got 2 structural bulkheads in the boat, the forward one and the aft one. There's the pink one here and the one at the other end. And then you'll see we've got here your boat, which is a 3 cabin. We've got right next door to it a 5 cabin boat. That whole structure of the boat is the same. And then what we do is we change the internal wall structures, right? And these are essentially modular, right? We can move them around as far as how people want. So that's how we offer the 3, 4, 5, or 6 cabin model.
So Philip, from a sales and charter perspective, how is this different than a lot of the boats you've been working with there? As far as
Well, Island Spirit's always been our partner in Thailand and a charter company, as well as a constructor of boats. So the boats are being built very easy to maintain, but also some advantages that we find. I think Ron was just talking about no wood in the boat. That makes a much lighter boat as well. So with the same amount of sail area, the boat can theoretically sail considerably faster. So it's going to be a lot more fun to sail as well.
And I think we talked about it. We had dinner last night, and I've really talked about it with Ron. Is like a lot of the boat builders, they're kind of boat builders first, whereas you've taken input from all these guys and what people want in a boat.
Yes.
And so it's got all the features.
We run boats every day.
Right.
Right. We've got in our company we've got about 50 boats under management. They have about 300 boats under management.
Right.
So we see boats every day. We see customers every day. So that gives us a different eye to the boat, as we're going through, like I said, an empty space. Why do we have an empty space, right? Okay. I don't think a regular boat builder would even think twice about that.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. But we're looking at how does a person use the boat?
Well, I think you've taken a lot of the, there's some good things about a Leopard. There's some good things about a Fontainebleau and a Bali and all that. And you've kind of taken a little bit of each one of those that I really like in each of those, and now it's all in the same boat. You have the door that walks through like a Leopard, right. And then I don't like the Bali design with the full no trampoline, but it's a little bit in between, right?
Yeah,
so
we've got small trampolines up front,
right.
Because feedback we got from customers was it's great to have a sitting area up there, but we really still like trampolines.
Yeah. Well, sure. That's the thing about the Bali is it kind of does take away that feel of being on a catamaran, right? But yeah, I like it there. And then, my favorite thing is, the fly bridge. You can't see it yet. There's no deck on it yet, but that's going to be pretty cool on this boat. So cool.
Yes.
All right. Well, I guess I will take you guys on a little tour of the boat. Let's check it out. So I'll basically just start at the back of the boat here. You have the cockpit area, which is quite large. So I'm standing towards the end of the cockpit right now, and it's also going to have a lift on the back of that for the dinghy. And then you have your aft bulkhead coming right here that separates on the aft of each hull here. It's going to have electric drives, right? So you don't need the big diesel engine sitting back here. So the batteries are going to be back here, and on the starboard hull and the aft will be the generator. It's going to be a 55 kilowatt generator, so quite a large generator in order to charge the batteries or whatever we need to do. It's going to have 210 kilowatts of lithium ion batteries just for the drive system. Okay, and they've done the math on it. At 8 knots, it should go 6 to 8 hours, I believe, just at 8 knots. Now, if you pull that back to 6 knots, you should be able to do more like 12, 14 hours just on the batteries. And then, they have the range extender, which is that 55 kilowatt generator, which will basically power the motors indefinitely until you run out of fuel. Kind of the nice thing is that because you don't have 2 big diesel engines back here, you have more space for storage in the aft and the transoms there. Because the electric motors are actually so much smaller and they are shaft driven instead of with a sail drive. And so the electric motors actually live under the beds in the back of the aft cabins. And they're pretty quiet, so you're not going to hear them. And, so I like having a shaft drive on there. I really do. I think it's a more efficient system. Less things go wrong. You get a sail drive that starts leaking oil or whatever, it gets water in there, it can be difficult. Just to here, to about where the green is, this is all cockpit area back here. So really big, spacious cockpit. It comes back a little bit further than that. And then moving forward to where the green ends up there is the salon and galley. So a nice big space there. And then on each side, I'm setting mine up as a 3 cabin boat. So on the starboard side, it has 2 basically VIP suites. And then on the port side hull is my larger master suite and office. I'll show you all that. It's pretty cool getting to I've seen a bunch of renderings of it, but actually getting to see it in person is pretty cool. And so just the construction of the hull, you see all these beams here that, just for strength all these cross sections. I mean, it's a really strong hull, and with the bulkheads the way they are. So all the kind of the pink high density foam is structural, and the green is more for trim and stuff like that. So they've kind of built the cabins around the structural stuff with the green foam. The salon will start about where I'm standing right now. So the salon starts here, you walk in. This little notch right here is for a full-size refrigerator. A Norcold, you know, like the big RV style refrigerator that's basically the same size as a household with an ice maker. That goes there. Over on this side, you have an L-shaped galley going from this wall around here. These have pocket doors that open all the way and let you have so storage and cabinets on either side. Coming forward, it's gonna have a center island with couches along each side. And then about where this green ends right here, there's a doorway that opens up. The door opens and you kind of step up to about the level of where this bulkhead is here. And this is all outdoor seating area. So just the bulkheads on this, I mean, this, you know, high density foam, really thick stuff, you know, it's pretty rigid and pretty solid. Unlike traditional catamarans, the forestay is mounted actually to the hull. So you see the little peak going up here, that is the front of the boat, the bow of the boat there. And most cats have like an aluminum crossbar that goes across, and the forestay goes down and attaches to that. Well, the forestay on this actually attaches to the hull, much stronger, less flex, so that's pretty nice. And you still have your two smaller trampolines up here, and just, you know, a huge seating area up here. It's pretty nice. And then these four peaks up here are absolutely massive. You can store so much stuff in here, or you can make them captain's cabins, whatever you'd like to do. I'm just gonna make them for storage, you know. I have a sail locker on one side and a toy locker on the other, and whatever we need it else for.
We've got this massive bulkhead.
Yeah, so that's what I was looking at here. So the bulkheads, you know, as opposed, you know, they had the problem with the lagoons and all that. So they used wooden bulkheads that rotted through. Or didn't they? Or?
Well, they not necessarily rotted, but they're glued in place. They move at different, they flex differently from the rest of the boat.
Right.
So they break apart, and then they get crushed with the compression.
Well, this is a huge bulkhead, and it stretches the entire length of the boat. Yeah.
And Ron made me feel from the inside to the outside of the boat, and it's that thickness. It's this thickness.
It's that thick all the way through. Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Oh, so the hull is that thick?
The hull is that thick.
Yeah.
So normally on the production catamarans, the forepeak goes all the way to the bow.
Mm-hmm.
But this has a true crash bulkhead. Instead of the whole forepeak being the crash bulkhead area,
Right.
there is a completely separate, sealed-in foam crash bulkhead, and then the forepeak.
Right.
So in the event that you crash into something, it won't even compromise the integrity of this watertight bulkhead,
Right.
watertight area. You've got an extra layer of security.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So now I'll take you down into the holes. I'll start on the guest cabin side, and then we'll take you over to the master cabin and show you how cool that is. So, look, I mean, pretty big walkway through here. I mean, I'm not a big guy, but if you were a big guy, you can fit right through here. If this is the doorway cut out, I mean, I'm 5'11", so you could probably be 6'4" and not have to duck going through. If you're taller than that, I mean, you know, maybe they could put bigger doors on for you. I don't know. So we'll come forward to the forward cabin on the starboard hull first. So you do have like hanging lockers right here. This is hanging lockers, so lots of space on either side here. I'll take you to the head in a minute, but so you have hanging locker there, hanging locker here, more hanging lockers here. You get cabinetries underneath or storage underneath the bed. So you do have a lot of storage space in this, which is kind of nice. A lot of cats don't have that much closet space, and these definitely have it. And these beds are on hinges, so you just lift it up and the whole bed kind of comes up like a Pullman bed, and then you can get at your storage underneath the bed. Stepping into the head here, it is still a pretty big head. There's two heads on this side, so it's a lot of space. This would be your shower in here. So, you know, arm's length, I'm not even touching the wall over there, and over here, just a little bit, right? So, pretty good amount of shower space in here, but this is a guest cabin. I mean, this is not the one you'd be, if you own it and you're cruising on it full time, this wouldn't be your head, but you know, still space here for a toilet, and then your vanity and sink right here. And then a little cabinet over here for storing like toiletries and towels and everything here. Coming aft, so we came down the steps here and we come aft, more storage right here, which is nice. These big giant, you know, hanging locker areas. And again, there'll probably be storage right here. So lots of storage in this boat coming. And then of course, down below, storage underneath as well, which is really deep down there. You can put a lot of stuff down there. This is the aft bedroom cabin. And I mean, that's bigger than a queen size bed, I think. That might even be pretty close to a king size bed back here. And again, it's partially walked around on each side up in the front. And then the whole bed lifts up and you can get at the storage under here. This right here is all shelving and storage. You can hang up either, you know, you can make it a hanging locker or whatever you'd like to do, or shelves, however you want to do that. And then it has its own head here as well. Pretty much similar to the other side over there, about size-wise. It's pretty similar. Let's head over to the master suite side, my side, and pretty cool stuff. I'll take you to the aft cabin for a second, but I'll take you to my office first, which is pretty cool. So coming forward, just so much storage space. There'll be cabinet doors on this and shelving for all my gear. I'm gonna have power run into these so that I got my batteries charging inside the cabinets and they're not out everywhere. Just so much space for all my camera gear. I mean, that's always been an issue. I mean, I'm having to do everything, you know, on the kitchen counter, which I don't anymore. I have an actual office. Look at this thing. This is my desk right here. All this under here will be cabinets. They haven't cut them out yet, but they are going to put cabinets in so I can have all my stuff stored for all my, you know, computer gear and all that. And then so they make shelves like they do here, and then more storage over here. And it's just going to be nice because I can leave everything permanently set up. I'm going to have multiple monitors here, so I can edit more efficiently. And I'm actually gonna make this my podcast studio as well. So like I can leave, you know, I'll have a podcast set up here with a microphone and on the other side, and I gotta have 2 chairs down here and have it permanently set up so I can do more podcasts easier. And so if it's easier to do, I will do more. So having an office like this is pretty cool. I am excited about it. All right, just a little bit aft here is the master bathroom. So vanity and everything over here, or sorry, cabinet space over here. The toilet's gonna be in this corner. The vanity and sink right here. And then coming up here, this is like a 3-person shower. You can easily fit 3 people in here. I'm pretty far from that wall over there, and that's the shower. And you know, pretty cool. So looking forward to that. Just just having all the comforts of home on a catamaran, it's pretty cool. Coming aft, I mean, look at the size of this hanging locker. I could easily fit everything I need right there. And then, you know what? There's another hanging locker right over here. I mean, just so much space. And then, look at these drawers. These are gonna be drawers right here that pull out, and cabinets right there, shelves right there. And then on the other side, a little makeup counter and a mirror and all that, and more drawers on this side. It's just going to be really nice. And then I'll have the TV on the wall here. The bed lifts up. You know, it's on a hinge that comes up, and you know, you get and just so much storage. Look how much storage space there is under here. Pretty cool. It's really neat, and I'm so excited to have my own. I've been living out of a suitcase for a while now, and to have my own home is going to be pretty cool. Brought you over here real quick to hole number 2. It's not as complete, but they're working on it. This is going to be a 5-cabin layout. So, but look how much open space there is here for this boat. You could design it really however you want it because it's all modular. They can kind of fit everything in here. So pretty cool. So the big difference on the 5-cabin as opposed to like a 4-cabin, galley-wise and salon-wise, there's not going to be a very big difference between my 3-cabin and a standard 4-cabin. The 5-cabin will be a little different. You can see this bulkhead is moved more inward, so you're going to lose a little bit of salon space because you have to turn a bed sideways there and a bed over here. So, but you still get 5 cabins and 5 heads, which is nice. You just lose a little bit of salon space to get there. But I mean, for a charter style boat, you know, that's the thing. If you're going to put this in charter, you want a 5-cabin boat that charters for, I don't know, 18 grand a week, you know, something like that. So it's a pretty good moneymaker having a 5-cabin doing that. All right, Ron. So you got the mold here, and you're about to start on number 3 pretty soon.
Yeah. This will start getting laid up here next week.
Next week, okay.
I think next week. Yeah.
How long does it take to go from? I mean, I know it takes a long time to make the mold itself, but once you know when you start laying it up and all that to get something like that, how long does that take?
Oh, that should take us now 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Wow.
Yeah, 3
okay.
weeks,
From rolls of fiberglass and barrels of resin to that.
Yeah.
Incredible.
It's all like vacuum infused.
All vacuum infused. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every part of the boat's 100% vacuum infused.
Okay. So there you have it, guys. The brand new Island Spirit 525 E model. I'm getting hull number 1. We're just a few months away. It's supposed to be sometime this fall when it's going to be complete. Once they get that CE certification done and mine rolls off the assembly line floor and we're sailing, they're planning to do about 1 boat a month. So pretty cool. And like I said, if you'd like more information on it, there's a link down below to the page. And I would appreciate it if you'd tell them you saw it on Sailing Doodles. And you know what? Maybe we can have like a little Island Spirit 525 raft up somewhere. It'd be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. So thank you for liking and subscribing to this channel. It really helps us out. It's our patrons, as always, that makes the channel possible. Thank you to Island Spirit. It's a pretty unbelievable boat, and thanks Navigar. So we'll see you guys in the next video and on the water very soon.